Okay, good morning everybody and welcome to this morning's presentation. A chilly morning here in South Africa in Gauteng, and wherever you are tuning in from this morning, welcome here. We are glad that you've put some time aside, and we can promise you that it's not going to be a waste of your time, but you are going to be excited after this. And we hope to welcome all of you to the family. For the people that's on here this morning that's already a part of this wonderful opportunity, guys, I hope you enjoyed your morning last night. I woke up this morning to see a very, very, very awesome and nice vault price, which we'll tell all the new members about. So it's exciting times. And yes, we hope to bring that excitement to all you other new members here this morning as well. So my name is Bruce. I will be conducting the presentation this morning. What we're going to do, guys, I'm going to keep all of you muted throughout the duration. So if new members come on, guys, please just mute your mics. If you do have any questions throughout the presentation, what you can do is just put something in the chat box. I will go through it at the end of the presentation and we can answer some questions, and I will also then allow people to raise their hands, and then I'll unmute you and you can ask what you need to ask, and we will see if we can at least answer everything that's on your mind. Okay, so I'm going to turn off my video now. I don't want you guys to get distracted, so let's turn off the video and let's get into the swing of things here. This is just a little intro video, guys, regarding MineBest City. Okay, so what you are going to see on the video is some white containers. Those white containers houses our Bitcoin miners, and you will then see the Bitcoin miners are the small little machines that they put in those containers, and those are the babies that work the magic, and it allows for all of us to have additional money in our bank accounts on a daily basis. So yeah, please enjoy it, and then we will introduce you to the company and talk you through the rest of the business. Okay, so people, these are the two companies. We are a part of Mining City. Okay, Mining City is where all the magic happens, which we will tell you about. And then obviously the mother company, the parent company of Mining City is MineBest. Okay, so the chap you guys are seeing on top there, that's EL. So EL is the CEO of MineBest, and MineBest is the technologically advanced infrastructure company specializing in cryptographic computing activities. So what MineBest does is they actually go and they put up all these mining facilities in order to give me and you the opportunity to mine some Bitcoin. Right? The guy at the bottom, Greg, he's the CEO of Mining City. Mining City is an initiative that brings together people who want to unite their strength and increase their chance to mine Bitcoin. So for those of you who are very active on social media, please go and follow these companies on Twitter and Facebook, MineBest and Mining City. Go see what they are about, guys, what they do, what they're busy with, how much time and effort they are investing into growing this company, okay? Because at the end of the day, the more homework you do, the easier it becomes for you to invest, because at the end of the day, you need to have peace of mind that where you're putting your money into is actually working for you, right? Okay, first and foremost, guys, I am not a financial advisor. I'm not here to tell anyone what to do with their money. I'm simply going to present you an opportunity that's been working for me and thousands of people around the world, okay? And if you are interested, we can then chat and we can get you on board and we can start making money together. So let's kick things off. We always start with this little slide here, and this actually comes out of a book called The CASHFLOW Quadrant, written by Mr. Robert Kiyosaki. And the reason we put this here, people, is just to get you thinking a bit before we go into the business side of things, okay? Just to get the mind racing, the mind thinking, and to let you see things maybe in a different perspective, okay? So for those of you who haven't read Mr. Kiyosaki's books and you like reading, do yourself a favor, go get it and see how he perceives wealth and how he says we should go about achieving wealth, okay? So in his quadrant, there's two sides. He calls it the left-hand side and the right-hand side. So the left-hand side of the quadrant is where the bulk of the people fall into, okay? That is your employees and your self-employed people. And in his book, what he likes to say is that although these people are blessed because they have a job, the problem with having a job is because you're just over broke. So having a job, he says job stands for just over broke. And he says because people live from paycheck to paycheck, from bonus to bonus, whatever the case may be. If you think about it, guys, it is very true. Right. A lot of people get paid on the 25th. Debit orders start going out the 26th or the 1st. Here by the 5th or 10th. People are starting to think and worry, how are they going to survive throughout the month? Right. Okay. Also, when you're on the left-hand side, you have to trade your time for money. If you don't go into the office, if you don't work, you will not get paid. That's just how it works, okay? Because that's how the system was designed. Guys, the scary thing is here that on the left-hand side of QUADRANT, a large amount of the population, the world population, 95% of the world population, okay, shares only 5% of the wealth that's out there. So we are all these people with the small pot of money that we need to share. And that is why Robert Kiyosaki says that the poor are getting poorer. And the reason for this, people, is that we are all brought up the wrong way, because we are brought up and raised and taught from a young age to become part of the system, right? And what I mean by that is that you need to go to school, okay? You need to then, if possible, go and study in order for yourself to find a job. And then you go and work for a boss for the next 40 years in order to retire, or so they tell us. And I think a lot of us, and maybe some of you on the call, realize that it's not that easy and it doesn't really happen. I know of a lot of people who thought they can retire easily who are now in a position where they are worried on how they're going to survive. Okay. Now guys, there's nothing wrong with going to schools. There's nothing wrong with going to study, okay? But just think about it. You are being put up and raised up, and you're being groomed to become part of the system, to work for a boss, to make someone else rich, and to pay taxes to the government, okay? That's just how it works. So Robert says we need to shift our minds from the left-hand side of the quadrant to the right-hand side, where you either become a business owner, and when we're talking about business owners, we're talking major businesses like your Pick and Pays, your Mug and Bean franchises, things like that, okay? Where you own a system, so you don't really know who comes or who goes in that system. All you know is that it's a system that works for you, and you make money out of that system. Right, so you've got people working for you there. The only problem with being a business owner of that magnitude is that not all of us here on this call this morning have 6 or 7 million in the bank to start up a business like that. I mean, a Mug and Bean franchise will set you back about 6 or 7 million. And guys, for the first 6 years, you only pay back. There's no profits. You only start earning or making profit from year 7. So he says the next logical step for you or for people is to then invest their money, to become an investor, and put your money in places and opportunities where your money can actually work for you while it can grow, and you can make money while you are sleeping. Because Robert says that's the only time you can call yourself wealthy is when you are making money in your sleep. Okay, and we are going to show you how to do that with what we are going to show you today. So guys, the other side of the coin, on the right hand side, when you become a business owner or investor, now look at this. And this is exactly why the rich are getting richer. The small population of the world, only 5% of the population, shares an astounding 95% of the wealth. So there's this big pot of money to be shared only by a little amount of people. And that is why the rich are getting richer. Okay, so I hope that got you thinking a bit, got your mind going. So let's get into the swing of things. Guys, so our company, we specialize in Bitcoin mining. Okay. For those not too familiar with Bitcoin mining, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, okay, so Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. It's like digital money, right? Okay, you will never hold a Bitcoin or any crypto in your hand. It's all digitalized. And as you know, we are moving into the digital age. Why am I saying that? We are already in a stage where we only use credit cards, debit cards, online banking, cell phone banking. Guys, so everything we do is digital. And a lot of people believe that we will be a cashless society within the next 10 years or so. There will not be any cash, guys. Governments are going to need to start looking at other ways of means to trade and for us to use a different money system, because they can't continue printing money the way they are doing currently, right? Because they print the money like it's going out of fashion. It just comes back as hyperinflation, and the global debt just keeps rising and rising. So they have to do something. So what we are saying is that cryptocurrencies, right, and like Bitcoin, that's the currency of the future. And cryptos are also the next step in the evolution of money. So in short, what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a digital and global money system currency, as I've explained. It's peer-to-peer technology. All payments are recorded on a public ledger called the blockchain, and Bitcoin is the cash for the internet. Okay, guys, so if you want to know more, we're not going to spend too much time on what Bitcoin is or where it comes from. You can always go and do some homework, right? So Bitcoins can be sent from anywhere in the world. No bank can block payments or close your account, because now, remember guys, Bitcoin is decentralized. Can't be controlled by any government, okay? And you take back control of your money when you use cryptocurrencies. So Bitcoin is global and not affected by any single country's financial situation or stability. So how do you participate? How can you own some Bitcoin? So what we've put on here is just a couple of very popular wallets and exchanges in South Africa. So if there's anyone listening in from anywhere else in the world, guys, you just need to find out what wallet you use or what's the best wallet to use or exchange in your country. But for South African people, guys, you can make use of an app called Luno, or else also VALR, VALR, or you can use an exchange called Altcoin Trader. Those are the three most popular ones. So for Luno and VALR, you can go and download them from your Play Store or your App Store. It's for free. So what you then do is, let's say you download Luno, you register, it's a quick process, and you then go and you make Luno a beneficiary in your bank account. Once Luno is a beneficiary in your bank account, you can now send money into your Luno, and it will go and sit into your ZAR wallet, your Rand wallet, and then from there you can purchase some Bitcoin. And yes, congratulations, now you are a proud owner of Bitcoin. We call that process, guys, buy and hold. Because what people then tend to do is they buy the Bitcoin and they leave it there and they wait for the Bitcoin price to shoot up in order for them to sell their Bitcoin for a profit and to make some money, which is not bad. There's many people who's made a lot of money out of that process. Here is the challenge when it comes to buy and hold. Right. So let's say you purchase Bitcoin today at 170,000. If you can afford one Bitcoin, okay? And the Bitcoin now shoots up to 300,000. You sell, now you've made a good 150K profit, right? Which is not bad. But now you're sort of out of the game, because you're either going to have to wait for Bitcoin to drop again, okay, in order for you to buy more, or what's going to happen is you're going to have to use your profits that you have made out of this in order to buy your next coin. And that is, people, why we do Bitcoin mining. Because with mining, you accumulate coin on a daily basis, which means that when you start mining today and you have 0 coins, in a week's time from now, you might have 0.01 or 0.02, whatever the case may be. Okay, and a year from now, you might be sitting with 1 or 2 coins. Okay, that's what it's all about. You want to accumulate so much coin as possible that when that Bitcoin price shoots up, obviously then you have some money to play with, and you can then either sell your coin, reinvest it, or whatever you would like to do. So let's go into the Bitcoin mining, guys. What is Bitcoin mining? So for those of you who saw the video in the beginning, those small machines, those are called Bitcoin miners. Guys, and when it comes to Bitcoin mining, it's all mathematics, logarithms, cryptographics, and all those kinds of things, okay? So we're not going to go into too much detail into that, but what actually happens, in short, if I can explain it like that, is that each of that computers gets a code, a very long code that gets into it. It's all mathematics. They need to solve that code, and the first computer that solves that code actually confirms a transaction, and when that transaction is confirmed, a new Bitcoin is issued. Okay, so it might sound like a bit of Greek to you at the moment, but yeah, like I said, go and read up upon it, guys. Come and listen again, because we are going to be sharing a lot of information this morning, and you are welcome to give us a call or to join the next presentation, just to ensure that you understand everything that happens. So our company, Mining City, we specialize in 2 products. Bitcoin, that has been around for the last 12 years, and then we've got the new kid on the block called Bitcoin Vault, that was launched in 2019, the end of November. And this is the one that you will be hearing from your people who might have invited you. That's the one that we're ranting and raving about, and there's good reason for it, and we will show you exactly what the excitement is all about. So, just for your information, some coin comparisons, guys, between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Vault. So I will talk about Bitcoin and I will talk about Vault to not confuse you. Okay, so Bitcoin Vault is a hard fork of Bitcoin, right? So with Bitcoin, there will be 21 million coins mined in its lifetime. We've already mined about 18 million. So there's just about 3 million Bitcoin left to be mined. But because of the halving that takes place every 4 years, right? The last Bitcoin will only be mined in the year 2140. So that's still 120 years from now. Okay, so what is the halving? So guys, to give you an idea, every 10 minutes in the block, in a blockchain, every 10 minutes, a certain amount of Bitcoin is issued. Okay, so before the halving that took place about a month ago, every 10 minutes, 12.5 Bitcoin was actually confirmed and generated every 10 minutes in the block. Then the halving happened. So what happened? It cuts that amount of Bitcoin in half. So now where we are today, every 10 minutes, there's only 6.25 Bitcoin that gets confirmed every 10 minutes. So every 4 years, it gets less and less. And because it gets lesser, obviously it gets scarcer. And that is why there is more demand for it. And the more demand there is, the higher the price goes. So that's what's been pushing Bitcoin. Right. So now on Vault side, Vault exactly the same, 21 million coins to be mined. The only or the biggest difference here is that Vault will be halved every 6 months. Okay, so why is that? The whole idea behind Vault, guys, is that they want Vault to catch up with the Bitcoin price within the next 4 to 5 years. So it's a very aggressive approach, but as things are going now, we are well on track to achieve this. So to give you an idea, okay, Vault was launched the end of November last year for $1. Vault this morning when I opened my eyes, guys, was sitting on over $280. Okay, I think it dropped down a bit now to 265 or something, but still extremely good growth in the last 5 or 6 months. So it's well on track to achieve that feat, and if that's going to happen, a lot of us will be smiling on our way to the banks. Okay, so Vault has got a long-term store of value. The other thing that will be a pulling force for Vault and for people to get into it is the fact that you can actually reverse a transaction within 24 hours. There's no other coin on the market currently that has that option, but Vault, you can actually reverse a transaction in 24 hours time. So although Vault has got a lower value, so a lower value per coin currently, it does yield so much higher returns for the miners. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to start off with Bitcoin, guys. We're going to talk about Bitcoin first. And if you want to get into a Bitcoin and you want to own a part of a miner, this is what your entry-level packages look like. Okay, we work in dollar, we get paid in dollars, right? So for the South African guys, just convert it on today's exchange rate to get an idea of what the pricing looks like. So you have your primary for $300, your standard for $600, and also your bronze for $1,002. What do you get for your investment, guys? You get 3 years worth of mining, 1,100 days, which becomes the rest of your life, which we'll talk about later. And then after you've purchased your package, 10 days after that, you will start mining and earning. Okay. At the bottom, some technical information. The type of miner that we are using is a Watts Miner M21S, and the hash rate is very important because the hash rate is the speed at what that computer actually mines or generates or confirms Bitcoin. So you will see the higher your investment, the bigger the package, the higher the terahash, the hash rate of that. Okay. Then at the bottom, binary points. Okay, guys, we're not going to worry too much about the binary points at this stage. We will talk about it on the second half of the presentation. So what's on your mind currently is what do I get back? What is my return on investment? And this is what you can be looking at, guys, with regards to the 3 entry-level packages. Although that doesn't look like much, okay, if you go and actually work it out, you will see that those returns are actually 4 times more than what you will get in any bank. Right. Okay, so on the primary package, your $300 package, you will be making back about 120 Rand a month. Doesn't sound like much. Once again, guys, something you need to keep in mind. Remember, your profits are directly linked to the Bitcoin price. That is why we also say it's estimated pricing, because Bitcoin is a currency, it fluctuates, okay? So your mining will differ on a daily basis depending on where the coin price is at, okay? So what you need to keep in mind, what the potential is here and the benefit of Bitcoin is, if the Bitcoin price now shoots up to 30 or 40,000 US dollars, which they predict will happen by next year this time, okay? Then your profits will also spike by 3 or 4 times that amount. So that is what you need to be thinking about. That's what you need to keep in mind, is the fact that as Bitcoin goes up, so will your profits. Okay, just wanted to make that clear. Here's our top of the range packages, guys, your silver, your gold, and your platinum, right? Same principles apply with regards to the mining days. You start 10 days after. As you can see, the hash rate for these packages are quite higher than for the entry levels. So what are your returns here? Your returns on those packages are $50 on the silver, $86 on gold estimated, and then $280 on platinum. Right. So once again, go work out what you will get for the same investment in the bank. It still stays a very good investment. Right. But now let's move to the exciting part, guys. Vault. We will never throw away Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is still going to grow, and people are predicting $1 million Bitcoin price in the next 7 to 10 years. And when that happens, all of us would like to have at least 1 Bitcoin in our pockets. Okay, so very good things coming for Bitcoin. But the profit generator currently is Vault. So Vault packages exactly that same as that of Bitcoin. There's no difference in the package pricing. Where the difference comes in, guys, is with the returns. And this is what you can expect estimated on your Vault packages. So you will see that Vault actually gives its miners about 7 times more than Bitcoin at this current stage. So where the primary and Bitcoin gave you $7 monthly, the primary on Vault is giving you $45 on a monthly basis, right? So that is about 770 Rand monthly. Now all of a sudden that investment makes sense, because guys, you can actually make back what you put in within 5 to 7 or 5 to 8 months, depending on what package you own, okay? So if you can find anywhere else in the world, or you know of any other opportunity where you can earn these kind of returns, please drop your number. I need to speak to you urgently. Okay, so this is what you can get back. You guys can take a quick screenshot or quickly write it down if you want to. Right, so I'm going to give you a couple of seconds. And then what we will do is we're going to move on to the 3 top packages. Okay, so here we have the silver, the gold, and the platinum once again. Guys, look at these returns. Okay, estimated once again because of the Bitcoin price fluctuation, and obviously also because of the Rand dollar fluctuation. People, so on a gold package, okay, you're looking at estimated, and I can promise you these amounts, these amounts are actually, very conservative, okay, but it's better that way, so that people don't ask too many questions when they don't get the exact amount. So $600 on today's exchange rate gives you about 10,200 Rand monthly, okay, for a 70,000 Rand investment, which means, guys, you can make back your investment within 7 months, 6 to 7 months at the current price. Remember, once again, you need to keep this in mind. When the Vault price goes up, so does your returns on your income. So if the Vault price keeps on doing what it's doing now, you can make back that investment much sooner. And to give you an idea, we're talking about 10,200 monthly now. I am currently mining on my gold package, I think close to about 13,000 Rand a month. So we are keeping the figures conservative. So yes, guys, that is what you can be looking at when you are mining a gold. You can be looking at about 13,000 monthly. Guys, on the platinum, we will show you now what the estimated figures are there. And once again, conservative, but it's better that way. So yes, awesome returns. We are all smiling currently. Like I said, when we opened our eyes this morning, Vault was sitting on 286. Yesterday morning, it was sitting like on 260. So extreme growth in a couple of hours time, and that affects your mining very profitably. Okay, so want to go to the next slide. This is a screenshot that was taken quite a while back, guys. So this will look much better, but this is a platinum package, the first day of mining. So the first income this person had on his account was $107 in 1 day. So if you take the $107 times 30, it gives you $3,210 a month, which now stands at 56,331 Rand monthly. And I can promise you, if we have to go and look into these wallets today, that amount is very much higher. But okay, we're going to keep it at 56,000. It's extremely good investment, guys. You can make your money back within 4 or 5 months. Okay, right. So something I really need you guys to just remember, because I had this question a couple of times in the last couple of days. You now decide, do you want a Bitcoin package or do you want a Vault package? Right. So guys, when you have a Vault package, when you buy a Vault package, you have a Vault package, that's it. What they have done, because we all started mining Bitcoin in the beginning, right? They gave all of us the opportunity that have Bitcoin packages to convert it to the Bitcoin Vault hash rate. So although we have Bitcoin, we are mining at the same speed as Vault. And then we also have the opportunity to change that back to Bitcoin again once. So if you have a Bitcoin package, you can change it to Vault and back to Bitcoin only once and never again. Okay, so keep that in mind, because we do get people who say they rather want a Bitcoin package, okay, because maybe Bitcoin becomes more profitable a year or 2 or 3 years from now again, and then they can always change it back. It's your decision, guys. At this stage, we are all purchasing Vault because that's where the money is, okay? If you then want to diversify, you would like one of each in your portfolio, that's also not a bad idea. It's your decision. I just thought I was going to throw it in there because we did get a lot of questions regarding that recently. Okay. So yes, I hope you are excited. I hope what we showed you so far has made sense and that you understand it. And guys, something else that we are very, very excited about is the crypto debit cards. Okay. The first cards are coming into the country now this month. They will start testing them. They will be linked. It will be Visa cards. Okay. So what's going to be nice about this is you can actually transfer your Bitcoin out of your Mining City back office, your Mining City wallet. You can transfer your Bitcoin onto this card, and then this card you can go and swipe it anywhere. It will automatically convert your Bitcoin to Rand or whichever currency you are using in your country. Okay, and by doing this, guys, we don't have to move our money through our bank accounts. Okay, so it actually streamlines the process, and we are excited. And keep your eyes for the members. Guys, this will solely be available for Mining City members. So members, keep an eye out on your dashboards to see if there's any more information shared regarding these cards. I'm pretty sure by August, September, we all will have the opportunity to own one of these. Okay. Right, guys. So if you want to become an investor and own a miner or partial miner, okay, and get paid daily, because we get paid on a daily basis, you go, you choose the package you want to invest in, and you will start mining in 10 days time. So you can purchase and start somewhere. You can start on a standard or primary, and you can always upgrade your packages until you get to a gold or a platinum, right? And you can buy as many packages as you would like. It's your decision, but you pay once and never again. Okay, so if you have your package and you paid for it, you will never pay again unless you want to purchase more packages or unless you want to upgrade. It's 100% passive income, guys. There's no maintenance plan. So this is if you want to become an investor. And this is the first part of our business. Now, there's a second part of our business as well, guys. And here you can make extra money, more money, quicker money. Okay. Not that the mining is doing bad. It's extremely well investment. We are making a lot of money out of it. I'm just going to show you now another way to make more money out of this business. Right. And that is by building the business. Now, what do I mean when I say building the business? Guys, this is our network marketing side of the business. It is not compulsory. If you just want to come in and invest into a miner, you can do so. You invest, you do nothing, you sit back and you get your mining returns, right? But you go into the structure regardless. So if you then decide you want to start building or at least try it out, then you can just continue from there. For the other people listening in this morning who are interested and would like to do the network marketing side of the business, guys, it's awesome. If you can do both of them, you will not look back ever again. Right. I'm going to tell you a couple of stories on how people actually change their lives through this network marketing opportunity. But once again, it's your decision. You decide if you want to proceed with this. Okay. So let's get into things. Guys, before you run away, before you get scared or negative, I know when people hear network marketing, for some reason, network marketing's got a very bad rap against its name. I can promise you, if you are in the right company with the right product like we are, you cannot look back. You can't go wrong, okay? People say they can't network. Guys, you network on a daily basis. Because every day you see, especially in the shop or in the bottle store or at the meat market, whatever the case is, and you go and tell your friends about it, you are networking for that company. But they are not paying you, are they? Right. So here the difference is you get paid for networking the company. So on this side of the business, there are 5 different income streams. Please note that these incomes are over and above your mining, guys. Your miner sits there, it's mining for you. Okay, daily, weekly, monthly. This is what you can make additional. So there's full share bonuses, a $200 binary cycle bonus, a $10 team matching bonus, repurchases, and then like in any other network marketing company, there's certain ranks and obviously some benefits attached to those ranks associated with them. Okay, so let's get started. Your full share bonuses. Guys, if you decide you want to do the business, the network marketing, if you go out there, you show people this opportunity, you show them your wallet, you show them what you've been mining over the last couple of days or months, and they are interested, okay, and they decide to take a package, you send them your link, they purchase that package under you, and the first 5 people that you bring into the business, the system automatically puts them in team A, and you will get rewarded 5% of the package value that they purchase. That same day. They purchase a silver today, tonight you will get that 5% commission. Then from your 6th person onwards, the system will put them in team B automatically, and you will get 10% commission on each package that you bring in. Okay, so if you manage to sell a gold package, that evening you will get $420 paid into your account. Right, guys, once again, over and above your mining. $420 on today's exchange rate is almost 7,200 Rand. So I can promise you, if you really push this hard, you can actually, if you invest into a gold package, 70,000 Rand, you can make back that 70,000 Rand, your investment, within a month. It's not a joke. I can promise you, there's people who do it within a week, in a couple of days. Okay, so if you want to do the business side of it, it's just a quicker way of you making back your investment, and you can make more money and put more money in your pocket, right? So guys, these guys in the yellow jackets, you see the guys with the yellow hats, we call them the business builders. Those are people like myself and Bactus and the rest of the guys in the company who decided we want to make a living out of this. Okay, so they go out there and they get the business. You need at least 1 builder in your team A, and you need at least 1 builder in your team B. Right, so that's your first stream of income on building the business. Then guys, we go into the binary tree. So every network marketing company has got a binary tree, right? And when people see this, what do they normally say first? It's a pyramid scheme. Well guys, please do me a favor and go out there and you tell me what a corporate structure, a government structure, a church structure looks like out there. Okay, it's a structure that's used all over the world to put out any business. So in this case, you are the CEO of your business. You sit on top. You have your directors under you, your managers, and then your workers. Okay, so if you want to generate a $200 cycle, you need to have, or the system actually requires, you having 5 credits on your left leg and 5 credits on your right leg. So how do you achieve those credits? As you can see on the top right here, each package contains a certain amount of credits, or gives you a certain amount of credits. So to make this easy, we're going to talk about the gold package, which gives you 7 credits. So if you happen to put a gold package on your left leg, and you also put a gold package on your right, those 7 credits will come through to you. That same evening, the system comes, it takes away the 5 left and the 5 right. It leaves you with the balance of 2 on each side. And guys, that same evening, you generate a cycle of $200. $200 currently is about 3,400 Rand that same evening. Okay. So how this works is, doesn't matter how deep your structure goes, if everyone in that structure is in the same line, those credits will come through from the bottom to the top. Right, okay. So what do I mean when I say that? If you put a gold at the bottom, you see these two gold guys again, we call it a spillover. Why we call it a spillover is, let's say you are sitting with a gap here and someone in your upline comes and they see, okay, there's a little spot open, and let's say they put a gold on your left hand side, right? And another gold comes in on your right hand side. See what happens with that 7 credits. It works its way through to the top. So everyone in your structure benefits out of those points. That's what's nice about the business, guys. That's what's nice about network marketing. The more we work together, the better everyone benefits and the more money each of us can put in our pockets. Okay, so if your structure is 50 levels deep, if someone puts in a platinum at the bottom, those 21 credits will work its way up to the top. Remember, you have a left and a right leg. Okay, so if that is sitting on your left leg, those credits will come to your left hand side. So guys, it can happen that your left leg stands on 50 credits and your right leg is on 0. So it's a no-brainer. What do you need to do? Where do you need to focus? You've got 50 credits on your left leg, focus on your right leg. Okay, until everything is balanced out again, then you can start building on each side. So I hope this is clear. I hope it makes sense. Guys, last night, 44 people in the team cycled. And a lot of them not cycled once, they cycled 4, 5, 6 to 8 times. Okay, we've got people making 18,000 Rand on a daily basis out of cycles alone. That's not including their mining, it's not including their commissions or anything else out of cycling alone. That's the potential you have. Okay, the bigger you get your business, the bigger you build, the more builders you have in there that can duplicate what you do, the better. Okay, the guys, Rome wasn't built in a day. Some people make this work in a week. Some people make this work in a couple of months' time. It all depends on how hard you work the system, right? Which we will talk about a bit later on. One thing I also want to clarify is in your typical pyramid scheme, the guy on the top is the one making the money. Guys, if you have someone sitting on top here or you sit on top, you don't do too much, okay? You are just happy to tag along and here and there put someone in and someone in your downline. Let's say the person on the right hand side here. That person works the system, okay? Yes, you are going to benefit out of the credits still because that's how it works. But because of this person working hard, getting more people in, having more commissions and things, the person sitting over here can earn more money than the person sitting on top. Okay, so like in life, the person who puts in the work and the time, that's the person who benefits the most. Okay guys, I hope this is clear. Let's move on to the next one. First, so these cycles we talk about, guys, and this is where ranking also plays a big role. So the higher your rank in the company, the more cycles per day you can generate. So when you come in as a citizen, you can generate 4 cycles a day, which is $800 on a daily basis, okay? It's not to say you're going to make it every day, guys, but that's the maximum that you can cycle if you manage to get the credits through. Then as you can see, the higher you climb in the ranks, the higher that cycles per day becomes. So the governors, they can cycle up to 14 times a day, which is $2,800 on a daily basis. And there are people in this business achieving that, guys, every day. Okay, so what does this mean exactly? So let's say you're a citizen, your max is 4, and your team works hard and there's a lot of golds and platinums that comes through, and the credits that comes through the system sits there, and you can actually, or there's 6 cycles sitting in your account for that evening. Because you are a citizen, you only have a max of 4. You will only get paid 4 cycles, the amount of 4 cycles. That other 2 cycles that was sitting there, you will lose. Okay, and that is just to motivate people to climb the ranks in order for them to cycle more. And guys, at the end of the day, you can't always help it. If the business booms, you are maybe going to lose 1 or 2 cycles. Okay, that's just how it works. But believe me, you will still be smiling. Because even on a citizen, I don't think there's anyone listening in this morning that won't appreciate $800 on a daily basis. Okay, right, so that's the cycles, guys. We'll talk about the rankings later. The team matching bonus, binary team matching bonus, what this means is that if you happen to assist one of your members in your downline with a cycle, okay, so let's say someone in your downline is sitting with 5 credits left, but only 4 credits right, so they need 1 more credit to cycle, and you go in and you put someone in that structure, okay, or in that gap that was in there, and you assist them to cycle, then the system will reward you with an additional $10 for helping your team. So if you can help 3 members to cycle, that evening you will get rewarded with an additional $30. So you've got a big problem now because there's more money in your pocket. Right. Okay, guys, we are almost done. I'm not going to take up too much of your time still. Apologies, I like talking. Repurchases. Okay, guys, so repurchases, what that means, and we're just going to talk about the top 3 plans. Everything works exactly the same. But let's talk about the silver plan. Okay, so when you have your miner, when you've invested and you have a silver package, you go and you set that miner on a 10 or a 20% repurchase. What that means is that 80% of the money comes into your pocket, right, into your wallet, and the other 20% goes back into the system, gets reinvested. The company uses some of that for maintenance and upgrades on the facilities and so on, guys. But what also happens is that 20% that goes back, once it has made up 1% of your package value. So when it's the silver package, once it's made up 1%, which is $24, your team A gets paid 10%, your team B gets paid 20%. So it's only $2.4 and $4.8, guys. It's not a lot of money, but the bigger you grow your business, you might be sitting with 20, 30 pages of this on a daily basis. Okay. Then when you start adding up those ones and twos, it becomes a lot of money. So just a different stream of income. And then also on the repurchases, guys, remember when we said you get 3 years worth of mining in the beginning, and I said I will show you how that becomes for the rest of your life. Okay, so same principle applies. Once that repurchase has made up 1% of your package value, and let's talk about silver again. So $24, then the system automatically opens up an additional share for you of another 1,100 days of mining, another 3 years. Okay. So if you keep your system on a repurchase, your miner on a repurchase, every 2 months or so, you will get an additional share of 3 years mining. And that's why we say within a year, you can sit with 20 or 30 years worth of mining, guys. You will mine for the rest of your life. Okay. So if that's not a good investment, I don't know what is. You've paid in once and you're going to be mining for the rest of your life. However, if you buy in and you keep your miner on a 0%, so you don't put it on a percentage, you keep it at 0 for 3 years, okay? Then after 3 years, your contract expires and you will have to purchase again. So a good rule of thumb, just keep it on a 10 or 20 and you will mine for the rest of your life. I hope you understand how that works. We are almost done, guys. I'm just going to talk about the ranks and then we'll start wrapping up. Okay, so here are the first 3 ranks in a business. Your citizen, your city builder, and your city developer. So it doesn't matter what package you purchase, you automatically start as a citizen. In order for you then to become a builder, you need to sponsor 5 citizens. So you need to bring in 5 people into the company, and you and your team need to have a sales volume of $12,000. Okay? That's you and your team. So everyone in your structure, in your downline, accumulates to that value. If you then want to become a developer, you need to have 3 of your downline on a city builder status and then have a total enrollment tree volume of $60,000 US. Okay. Then as we move up into the ranks, guys, the same applies. In order for you to move up to the next rank, 3 of your members below you need to then jump to their next rank in order for you to upgrade. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. And as you can see, the sales volumes also grows and grows and grows. So your city managers, your chief managers, and your mayors. So mayor used to be the top of the range, the top ranking person in the company. But a lot of people achieved that fairly quickly, right? So they decided they're going to put the challenge out there and bring in another rank, one more rank. And as you can see, guys, a city mayor has paid his dues. He's done the work. He has brought in $12 million worth of sales. Okay. So these are people with big teams under them and that put in the work. So they decided they're going to put out a challenge for these guys, and they are going to bring in a different rank called the governor. So in order for you to become a governor, guys, you need to have 3 city mayors in your team, okay, and have a total enrollment tree volume of $100 million US. So as you can imagine, these are not people that sit back and wait for the business to come to them. They go out there and they go and get it. They go and they chase after their future, right? And they go and they chase after and they coach their people and they duplicate what they know in the system, and that is how these people get where they are. Something to keep in mind as well, guys, if I can go back one more slide. Okay, depending on how hard you work the system, some people become city managers in a matter of weeks. Some people become city managers in 6 months, and it may take some people up to a year. all depends on how hard you work the system and how good the team that you bring in actually works together. Okay. So, as with any other company, and I hope the company that you're currently involved with does this as well, and where they actually reward you for the hard work that you do for them. So in Mining City, when you become a builder, they pay you a bit out in Bitcoin to the equivalent of $100. Okay, so $100 worth of Bitcoin will be paid into your back office. When you become a developer, you get a once-off bonus of $250. And then guys, from a manager onwards, this is where things get exciting. So when you become a manager, they pay you $3,500, okay? And you get a Mindbest Smile S1 mobile phone. So for those of you who haven't seen that phone, okay, it's extremely awesome. If you go and have to pay for that phone, you're probably going to pay around 20K for it, okay? It's got dual screens, front and back, and it's really, really a one of a kind. And when you own a phone like that, you can know that there's only a small amount of people in the world that has one of these, okay? Your chief managers, guys, $50,000 US, or they have the option to choose a car to the same value. I see on the presentation they've put a Mercedes-Benz E-Class. If you're not a Mercedes-Benz fan, you can then choose if you rather would like a BMW, Volkswagen, whatever the case may be. It's your decision. Okay, your mayors get rewarded with $100,000 US. This is once-off bonuses, guys, or a car to the equivalent of that amount. And then your governors, the hard workers, the big chiefs, they get rewarded with $350,000 US, or they can choose an apartment for the same value anywhere in the world. Okay. So, yeah, some things to look forward to, some reasons for people to work hard and to get to these ranks, because there's some nice bonuses and incentives that they can get out of it. Okay. And guys, I'm just going to leave you with this. As with anything else in life, it doesn't mean that if something works for me, it's going to work for you. However, if you put in the time, if you put in the effort, if you work hard, you will be rewarded for it. Okay. So what I want to leave you with here before we start wrapping up is that from your manager onwards, and the people below, builders and developers also make very good money. Okay. But from managers upwards to governor, the potential in the business, what you can make and put in your pocket, is anything between 300,000 Rand and 6 million Rand per month. Okay? You've heard me correctly. That's the type of money people are making in this business, guys. People have changed their lives around completely. We have with us people that has been working in gardens, people that was house workers and things like that started this business a couple of months back or a year back or so. Those people are earning anything between $500,000 to $1 million Rand on a monthly basis, guys. That's the potential. All depends on how much effort you are willing to put in. How hard are you willing to work for yourself in your future? Okay. So, yeah, I hope I got your mind racing. But guys, that's the potential. That is what's happening in this company. And once you become a part of Mining City, you will start talking to people. You will start seeing things that you never thought were possible. Okay. So guys, almost done. We're going to show you a small and a short video about our launch that we had in October of last year. Then I'm going to show you one or two pictures, and then we are done. We can go into the questions. So yeah, just look at this, and then we will start wrapping things up. Okay, so yeah, that was an awesome event that we had, and we believe that when we have the same event again, there will be 3 to 4 times the amount of people that we had back then. Okay, so a couple of pictures, guys, that I just want to quickly show you. As you can see there, we've got Bertus and his wife with EL on the left-hand side on top, the CEO of MindBest. They all came down. That's what makes this company nice, guys. It's very transparent. You get to shake hands with the top guys in the company. You don't just see them on social media, on Facebook or whatever. You actually get to meet them and talk to them. Okay. And this is what I like, and this is what pulled me into this, is that the company is transparent. You can talk to these people. You have direct line of communication. And it's just one of those things that you would like to have when you start investing money. In the middle there's Greg with Bertus. And then, guys, at the bottom right-hand side, you'll see Bertus and Christo with a guy called Mr. Bitcoin. And this young chap became a multi-millionaire out of Bitcoin at the young tender age of 21 years old. And if you want to see how he achieved it, you can actually go and buy his book called Mr. Bitcoin. Right. In the middle at the bottom there is Bertus again with John. So John is one of the highest ranked people in this business, guys. And although it's a lot more now, John was at a stage mining 2 Bitcoin on a daily basis. So John was mining close to 200,000 Rand on a daily basis. Why I'm saying was is because, guys, with the vault currently and his wallet, that must be extremely more currently. Okay, so yeah, that's the amount of money people make in this business. John is a multi-millionaire. He's a big ambassador for the business. A nice guy to have around. He's only 30 somewhat years old, so still very young. And I can promise you that guy will not have to work again for the rest of his life. Okay. The day after the launch, EL met with Mr. Ramaphosa, guys. So Ramaphosa, and especially his son, is heavily invested into this business. Okay, because as you know, Ramaphosa Jr., he drives the 4th Industrial Revolution in South Africa. Okay, so yeah, they are heavily invested, and you can say what you want about the Ramaphosas. One thing is for sure, they are businessmen, and when they see an opportunity, they will take it and they will invest their money. Okay, and they are aware of what's happening and what Mining City is doing, and we will see how that will come in effect and how they will control this going forward. But like we say, for now, things are going smoothly. The business is growing and expanding rapidly. Mining City has had its best 2 months now during the lockdown, because I think the people started now to have time to think on how they can start making more money, where can they put and invest their money, and they, like I say, people just had more time to go and think about where they are investing and what they are doing with their lives currently. Okay, so yes, guys, that is just to show you that they are talking to the leaders of our country, and that's basically us for this morning, guys. We leave you with this. We always say, take control of your financial future. Okay. The only person in this life that controls your future and that you are dependent upon and that has a say on your future and your finances, guys, is not me. It's not one of my team. It's not the president. It's not your spouse. It's that person looking back at you in the mirror. Okay. You decide your fate. You decide your future. You take control. That's just how life works. Okay, if you're one of those people that say, well, I'm comfortable, I'm happy with working for a boss for 30 or 40 years, good for you. Well done, as long as you are happy. People need to be happy in life. Guys, but if there are some of you sitting out there and realize the way that I did, that that's not what I want to do, to me, that's not living. To me, that's not life. I would rather go out there and work hard for the next 3 to 5 years in order for me to retire early, see the world with my family, spend more time with my kids before they are out of the house. Well then, guys, this opportunity is for you. You have it. We've presented it. It's in your hands now. Remember, you don't invest in my future. I've already invested in my future. Okay, I've invested in my future, my kids' future. It's now your turn. You invest in your future, and you go and you leave a legacy for yourself and your kids and their kids. Okay. So, guys, that was me. Thank you once again for tuning in and for spending time with us this morning. It's always awesome to have you here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the chat box to see if there's any questions in the chat. Presentation link and finish. Janadre, we will definitely send out the presentation, not a problem. We always send it out on the groups. I can send it to you directly as well. Okay. There's no other questions on the chat. Guys, if there's anyone that wants to ask a question, I'm happy to take 1 or 2 questions. So just raise your hand and I will unmute you. for a question or two, and then we will call it a day. Just see another chat coming through. You can definitely get a copy of this recording. I'm not too sure if you are on the WhatsApp groups or on the Telegram groups. That's where the recording is shared. Okay. Alternatively, guys, if you want to see it, I can send it to you personally as well. So if you enjoyed what you saw this morning, if we got you excited, if you want to become a part of this opportunity and this family, guys, please speak to the person who invited you to this presentation, or we referred you to listen in. Alternatively, my contact details are on the screen there. You're more than welcome to get in touch with me. I'm here to help and assist you wherever necessary. So my mobile is 079-525-1293, or you can reach me on my email, which is bruce@cryptocity.co.za. Okay, great stuff. Thanks, my man. Guys, okay, it doesn't look like there's any questions. Okay, once again, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening to us. Back to this again. Thanks for the opportunity. As always, I enjoy what I do. I love this company, and I love what we're doing to change other people's lives. It's always great and a good feeling to know that we have a part and we assist people into making a difference. Okay, so guys, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Whatever you do, wherever you are, keep warm, keep safe, and then we will see you all again Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock South African time. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Keep well, stay safe, and goodbye.